Episode 3, Season 2 of Mayor of Kingstown, titled 5 at 5, feels like one of those episodes that is just slowly moving things along. It's probably one of the shortest from the two seasons. It runs about 37 minutes, but take the recap and the title sequence out, I believe it's like 30 to 31 minutes long. So the episode starts off where we find that Robert and his SWAT guys kind of go into a home, and we find out that it's the home of Bunny's grandmother. They want to know certain things, where drugs are and everything, but they kind of take it easy because of what Bunny's doing at Tent City. Now, Mike is confronted by the FBI agent because now, don't forget, Mike is still an informant for the FBI. If you forgot, like I did when he came, I was like, who's this guy? He's still an informant after all that. But that story is on the back burner. Now, Kyle, Mike's brother, comes back and is, reacquainted and is in the precinct once again. And the only reason is that because he's suspended from up north with everything, and he's trying to figure everything out. So he goes to Mike. Mike's like, I need you to look at certain places, areas in the city. And basically, Mike is sending Kyle on a goose chase because Mike needs to find Iris. I've said it before, I'll still say it until this character is fleshed out. Iris, I believe, doesn't make any sense. At the beginning of this episode, Iris is laying in bed. She's talking to Milo and everything. Milo wants to know certain things. Iris comes out like, no, I didn't do things with Mike. And Milo kind of, you can tell, doesn't believe her. So Iris goes back and she's part of the club again, and she's doing drugs, and she has to make 5,000 a night. On a good night she'll make 8,000, but if she makes 4, they'll have trouble and problems. And we're introduced into a new character named Tati, who is kind of the head mother, I want to say, trying to figure out everything. She meets up with Mike and kind of sets him up in a way where she leaves the back door open at the club. He comes in. Milo's men kind of, rough him up a little bit, but Mike gets out of the situation. Now, the assistant DA wants Mike to join her on some kind of thing to look at. Well, we find out that they look at a prison to put some of the people in Tent City into this new place, and they're just taking a tour of it like, it's like a real estate home you're looking at or something like that. I'm curious to see where that story's going to go, but then I don't know how much of it's going to happen or what's going to happen even with Tent City going on. Now, the reason this episode is called 5 at 5 is because all hell breaks loose in Tent City, where the leader of the Bloods attack Bunny, but Bunny manages to gain the upper hand, and then the other gang leaders kind of let Bunny do his thing, and just to, have law and order, so to speak. There is no law, there is no order in this season of Mayor of Kingstown, and it shows tremendously. Now, Bunny finds out what Mike didn't tell him, that his grandmother's house was raided by the KPD, the Kingstown Police Department. And then Mike's like, listen, hey, I didn't know. And Bunny's like, no, you knew, but you need to get me out of here or I'm going to be dead. I feel like if Bunny does stay in this kind of predicament, the character will die some fashion. But I'm hoping that's not the case, because whatever happens to Bunny is going to happen to the guards as well. If there's order inside Tent City, there's order outside. If there's chaos inside Tent City, there's chaos outside. We know that. This is only the 3rd episode of this season. I'm really curious to see where it goes. I feel like this episode didn't know where it was going based on writing. I'm curious to see what happens. I'm curious to see if Mike and Milo finally meet head to head. What's going to happen with Kyle? Is Mike going to find Iris? What's this whole new character of Tati? I mean, is she good or bad? What's going to happen to Bunny? A lot of questions that still need to be answered, and it's only the 3rd episode of Season 2. Let me know in the comment section below what you thought about Episode 3, Season 2 of Mayor of Kingstown. Did you like this episode? Did you not like this episode? Do you like the progression of how it's going? Did you like how much of a darker tone this episode was? Do you think some character will meet their fate soon, or do you think that they'll survive, and do you think Bunny will make it? Where do you see Mike's character going from here? Do you think that he'll confront Milo? Do you think he'll find Iris? And what do you think is going to happen to his brother Kyle. So many questions, so many answers. Let me know in the comment section below about all the questions I just asked. And be sure you click that subscribe button and hit that notification bell for new videos on my channel. I'll see you all in the next review video. And be sure you tune in next week for my episode 4 review of Season 2 of Mayor of Kingstown. Thank you for tuning in.